Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Now today I'm going to do a Sarracenia collection video. So I've got the Sarracenia right next to me, which are also referred to as the North American pitcher plant. So I've got loads of these in my collection. This is I would say probably my favourite genus, very close to Gerosa species, but at the moment I am mainly collecting Sarracenia in this greenhouse. Just because they're just beautiful, because you get so many different types, the colours are amazing, you got height, shape, loads of different lids and all that. So I'm just going to show off some of my favourites in here. I'll probably talk about a little bit care advice maybe about the plants as well. So I'll just start with showing you the ones that I've got this side. So this is the side I'd say talk about or brag about the most, because these are some of my favourite ones, which are the ones that sit next to me at the beginnings of the videos. So most of them are tallest specimens, but I've got this little Lindleyi down here which could fit on the other side of the greenhouse, but I keep it down here just because it looks so nice against the others. But yeah, so this is the Lindleyi. It's a Oreo cultivar, which means it's a Leucophila crossed Flava species, and as you can see it's got lovely coloration on it. So it's got really nice pictures which have a very attractive like dark purple colour, which as the pictures have aged they have got darker. So I don't have any new pictures open. It's kind of getting to the time of year now where we get, well, I'd say less pictures. We've got a couple more that are producing their final pictures, but it'll start becoming that time of year when they go into their winter dormancy. But for now they're looking really nice. So this is a pure Leucophila, and one of the ones I got when I went to Hampshire Carnivorous Plants. So this is the newest picture that opened. It was only, I think, yesterday that it opened, or the day before that. And as you can see, they've got really nice solid colour. So this is what they are crossed with in the Oreo. So this Lindleyi will be crossed with a similar Leucophila. But this one's really nice. It's just very simple, but it's got the lovely white, green, and even like a purpley colour in it as well. So the white's very bright as well. You get some Leucophila which got quite a dark kind of white to them, but this one's really nice. It stands out, and it even has a second plant down here in the rhizome, which you can see, which has produced some nice sized pictures this year. Last year it only produced really small ones, but this year it's got quite a few, so there's another one coming right here. So this other one here that I got again from Hampshire, I got the trio of three. So I got this Leucophila, this Flava purpurea, and then this Adrian Slack. So this one again is a really nice one. This is the latest or the oldest picture. So as you can see, it's just got that really nice colour, but the contrast between a yellow and a red, with obviously even a deeper, darker inside of the lip, which you can see it's got loads of nectar down it. So they're very efficient captures, these plants, because they just don't need to do anything to, you know, trap them or anything. They just sit there and capture so much. So this is my Adrian Slack. It's the tallest Sarracenia I've got in my collection, and one of the tallest Sarracenia that you can get. This one's only a young plant, but you can see from down here it's got nice big rhizomes. So the rhizomes when planted need to be just above the soil and not buried. So as you can see, it's got new growth coming here already, which I believe will probably be a winter leaf. I doubt it will produce many more pictures this year. It hasn't produced anything in a while. And then at the back here is one of the Flava hybrids that I got from Lindleyi. Okay, so the rest of my Sarracenia this side, and as you can see from just standing back and looking at them as a whole, there is a lot going on here. So there's loads of traps, loads of colour, and it's just an amazing display to look at. That's why I just love how I've got so many of them at the moment. So this is only just over, well, most of them are all these I got over winter, so I spent a lot and just kind of went crazy with these, but it's so worth it because they're just such amazing plants. So if I just start over here, so as the pictures get older and the year gets later, the pictures kind of colour up into really nice strong colours. So this is a Sarracenia Flava purpurea. So it has got really nice deep dark colour with a really subtle little bit of yellow at the top, but that has got some wonderful looking colour. It's got another picture here, but it kind of looks like it's confused because they produce winter leaves. So if I've got one here, so this is an example. Here, this is what their winter leaves look like. So I think it's pronounced Phyllodia is what they're called. And they are non-trapping winter leaves, which just help them photosynthesize over winter. So this is last year's winter leaf. But a couple of mine are just producing winter leaves now. As the year gets later on. This one kind of looks like it got confused because this is a trap, as you can see, because it's got the clear trap at the top. Yet it's just got such a wide leaf at the front. So these ones are the ones I got from Wax Wicked Plants, and amazing quality. Yet some of them were damaged in transit and haven't really recovered since that kind of initial process. But they're all going to come back lovely next year, probably twice the height. Another one from Wisley, which is colouring up. It's got like a pinky tinge on the top, and at the back there, that one is another Wisley one. So my newest one is a Sarracenia Flava var maxima, so another tall species, and this is an all green form, so it will only get this high. Oh, it will only get this colour, I mean. Yeah, because obviously it'll only say green, so it won't have any veining, and it's just a very solid green colour. But next to this red purpurea, it's just amazing, like kind of contrasting coloration, as you can see. And then behind it here, so there's everything in the way. Over here is my Sarracenia Morii Joanna. So there's another Morii hybrid, and I'm hoping to collect a lot more Moriis for my collection. But yeah, this one's got lovely colour, so it's almost like black in the middle here. So if you're wondering what that noise is, I don't know if it is picking up on the camera. There is a fly in this alata, which I would try and show, but don't think. Oh, you can see it a bit in there. But that is what's making the noise. So unlike most of the coniferous plant, it doesn't have, well, Sarracenia don't have like digestive juices in the bottom. So if you do get a Sarracenia who's starting up, they don't need water in their pitchers because they rely on like enzymes and other bugs breaking down the insects. So unfortunately it is a kind of slow, painful death for the fly, but it's still, you know, really cool. But this is my Sarracenia Tigo. So it's like a pink coppery colour with these weird shaped lids, really, like the lid kind of like tilts over a bit, and it's got this nice shape. So it's quite a short one, but it's still got a really nice colour all the same. Sarracenia Oreo Phyla cross Wilkinson's White Knight. So this is a pure Oreo Phyla down here, which is a sand mountain. Again, got lovely copper colour here. And small ones. So this is only a small one. Again, got it from Wax Wicked Plants. So it hasn't really grown that much, but I'm hoping that it will grow a lot. But that is what this one is crossed with, is a Oreo Phyla, and then cross a like white Lakoff. So again, it's another, well, similar to like a Moria cross. At the back here, unfortunately, this is another one that was a bit damaged and hasn't really recovered. Is Sarracenia Leucophila Baldwin Giant. So again, another tall hybrid. So this is only a young one as well, but it does already reach the top of the greenhouse. But it's just a shame that the pictures didn't have a nice colour and shape this year. So as I just showed you, this Sarracenia alata black tube has got a really nice red colour at the top here, and a darker colour around the tube here. So it's only been producing these small ones, and even the newest one is really small compared to this one, which is only just open. It's just got a little way to go before it's fully open. But I really like that one actually. I think it's going to produce some really nice dark colour in winter. This is my Sarracenia Pender County. So it doesn't look like much, but I do really like this one. It was one of the first ones that I got right at the start when I started collecting Sarracenia. And I purely liked it because of these shapes of the young pictures. So if you think of like the Ace of Spades on a card, then this is what it reminds me of. And I don't know why, it really drew me to the plant, So even though it's not the most beautiful or looking plant, I do really like it. And even the new picture, it's kind of got a reddy colour. But as they're opening, it's just a really nice shape at the back with like a little top bit here. So I do really like that. I'm not really sure why, but I don't think I'd ever part with that. One's got loads of tiny little babies that are down here. And I just think that's really cool. So I can't wait to divide that all up in winter. So this was the first one that I ever got when starting up purchasing Sarracenia. Is a Sarracenia Flava var ornata, and this is I think it's Sussex County. So not really well-known ones that I got at the start, but it's produced some really nice like red colour pictures, but they've kind of toppled over. So as they do get older, they will kind of topple over, lose a balance. I had to already tie up a few with string, but there's nothing to worry about. It just means obviously they're getting older, and then in the winter I will cut them all down. They will just turn into like the resting rhizomes, so in the winter I will cut them all down once all the traps go brown and die off, and it will just be like pots and nothing. So unfortunately in the winter it's just going to look like a load of pots with little bits of sticks pointing out. But then, like I said, I can't wait for them all to come back already. I'm saying that already, and they haven't even gone down yet. But yeah, this is a really nice one as well. And then onto my little young babies. So these are the ones that I grew from seed. This is a Sarracenia Leucophila cross Morii. So it's already got the Leucophila in the Morii, so it's going to be this really nice white colour. So these are only young ones. They're about a year and a half old now since I've sown them. This is my largest one, and as you can see, it's already producing nice colour. So I didn't expect it to get this big this quickly, but I'll show you the other ones I got down below. So down below here I've got the rest of the Leucophila cross Morii seedlings. So these ones were only divided from, because I originally sowed them in only 2 small pots. And I only did these, I think it was only a couple of months ago that I actually divided them, and they've all got their individual cell now. And ever since then they have really picked up growing, so they don't have the colour and the height that the other one does. I'll just remove that. But they definitely are starting to really pick up, and they do look lovely just down here in all these rows. So this is the tallest one down here, so this one's getting no treatment. I'm currently doing experiments on 3 trays of these. The other tray is behind me, but this is getting no treatment and is actually the tallest that I've got out of the newly divided ones, obviously excluding the one above my bench. But it's got quite a nice like big tube as well. Like even though it's really young, you could kind of see it's got quite a nice wide tube. So I'll be interested to see what different variations go, obviously because it's grown from seed. So I don't know what I'm going to expect. I'm hoping to get some really different ones, or some really distinctive different ones which I can keep. Because yeah, there's another pot of the same ones. So they're again Leucophila cross Morii seedlings, and this is the kind of pots I was keeping them in. So just imagine, because I've got, like I said, 3 trays of this. So imagine 3 trays of them crammed into one pot. So this is a pot 10 down here, which I previously did experiments on, and does need dividing as well. But that's basically what I think. I got 84 of these, so obviously I've got loads to choose from. And then down here is one that I got from a garden centre. So it's not looking great at the moment, but I wanted to bring it back because obviously I can't stand to see them like in shops and stuff, especially if they're not going to be kept or treated. But this one's broken purely because when I come in they were hanging over and I accidentally knocked them off. But so this is a example of what's like plant indigestion really. So if you have a Sarracenia that has this at home, you could see this black bit here is where flies have gone into the picture, but they can't go any further because they're too big. So the plant has kind of, because it's not been able to digest, it's kind of got like indigestion, and that's what that red spot means. So there's nothing to worry about. I'm only going to cut this off purely because it's broken, but if obviously you do have that, you can cut the picture off if you want, but you don't have to. It's just absolutely fine. It's just where there's too many bugs in there, but they can't overeat or anything. It is just natural, and this happens, but it's fine. It does nothing to the plant. And obviously if you've got any dead growth, so this is previous growth, you can just cut and snip that off. So whilst I'm on the subject of Sarracenia, I just thought that would be worth showing you the ones I've got on the outside bog planters, just because I wanted to talk about the purpurea. So as I was saying earlier, they don't need water in their pictures, but the purpureas, because of the way, well, this is a purpurea cross, this is purpurea cross Catsby, this is the reason why it stands up a bit more than a purpurea, which I'll show you one in a minute. But these do have water, which you can see there in the pictures, but that's because, obviously, especially outside as well, it will collect it when the rain falls. So these do, because they're more bog plants. These are perfect bog plants. So if you are doing a bog, or if you've got a like pond bog or something like that, these type of ones are definitely perfect. They love to be sitting in water and have really wet feet. Obviously all Sarracenia like to sit in water as it is, but these are especially tolerant of really boggy conditions. But they're lovely hardy plants. They can go down to like -20, so it says it on the label. So they're ideal for bog gardens, very hardy, and will do perfect out here. So whatever the temperature gets out here during the winter, then I know this one will definitely come back because of how hardy these crosses are. So as well out here, I've got this another Flava. So this is a Flava ornata. I really like it because it's got the triangle shaped pictures, and then at the back is a really stunning Sarracenia Flava cutprue. So as you can see, most of mine are Flavas, and that's just because I really like the different colours that you get from the Flava species, plus they're excellent beginner plants because of how hardy they are. But if I could try and focus on that one. This is the new picture that's coming, and it's got like almost like a purple in the colour in the inside as it's coming out. So this has not stopped producing pictures, and it's a lovely display. As you can see again, there's another example of that like indigestion thing I was telling you earlier, because especially as these are outside, they are just filled to the brim. So I don't know if you can see, it's a bit focused on that. But yeah, you can kind of see it's just absolutely filled, and it's still got stuff in there now. But these are really nice and just makes a really lovely display as a bog planter. So this is the second bog planter that I've got outside, and this is a pure Sarracenia purpurea subspecies purpurea. So this is the hardiest purpurea, and as you can see, they can get down to -20 degrees and they'll be absolutely fine. So again, another perfect one for a bog garden, and collects water in the same way. So it has a obviously more laying down shape. This is not the best example of one. This is the one of my smallest ones, but I'll show you a better example in a minute. So over here I've got a Sarracenia rubra subspecies varieties. I don't think it's subspecies actually, I think it's just varieties is that, but yeah, I'm a bit confused about that one. So yeah, this has got some nice pictures. It's quite small though. It didn't grow so well in this planter, but still alright. And then up here, which the lighting's quite terrible on that, is a Sarracenia Flava rubra corpora. Unfortunately, is a bit damaged from being in here, and it did not produce. This one's meant to be an all red one, but it kind of started getting there, and then you know, it didn't really develop as well. So I'm going to take this one out in winter and replace it with something better that hopefully will do a bit better in here. Okay, so that is all the Sarracenia that I have got in my collection. As I mentioned just before, out of my bog planters, I said about a good example of a Sarracenia purpurea, subspecies purpurea. I don't have an adult of this. I only have the smaller, like semi-mature ones. Because I brought it as a medium plant, which had a clump of like 6 in it, so I'm really glad that I managed to get to own quite a few plants from it. But I don't have an adult one, but this is my best example and my largest one that I have got. So still a really nice plant. Love the colour. This is achieved through the really nice bright intensity of the sun. So as much sun as you can give a Sarracenia is best for it. It produces the colour, helps the pictures stand upright and stops them from being leggy. Plus, being in a greenhouse kind of environment will give them the dormancy period that they need, so fly traps as well. need a dormancy period, so they need to be placed in somewhere cold. So obviously if you've got them as indoor plants, then it's best to put them in a cold area in winter. So I'll, obviously as they develop and go through the year, I'll show how they change significantly. So unfortunately they won't stay this height, they will lose their colour and eventually they'll start looking horrible. But it's all worth it because after winter you just get these stunning new growth of them. But yeah, so that's all I've got to show for you at the moment. The Sarracenia are looking at their best. This is probably the best example I can give of my collection at the moment. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.